Picture this: the man who owns your family photos, your private messages, and the attention of 3 billion people stands on a stage and tells the world that reality isn't good enough anymore. In October 2021, Mark Zuckerberg didn't just launch a product. He rebranded a $2 trillion empire. He traded the like button for a pair of ski goggles and a dream. Fast forward to today. The goggles are gathering dust. The virtual plazas are empty. And Meta's Reality Labs has burned through nearly $50 billion. To put that in perspective, you could have bought Twitter, SpaceX, and still had enough left over to buy every single person in America a steak dinner. Anyway, welcome to the Metaverse, the $2 trillion ghost town where the only thing virtual was the profit, and why the future of humanity became the most expensive midlife crisis in history. The roaring phase. 2021 was a fever dream. We were locked down, bored, and the government was printing money like it was going out of style. Crypto was hitting all-time highs. NFTs were art, and Zuckerberg saw an opening. He told us we'd work in virtual cubicles, party in digital clubs, and buy virtual houses. And Wall Street, they didn't just drink the Kool-Aid, they bought the factory. I just bought a plot of land in Sandbox for $4 million. Is there oil there? A beach? A house? No, it's a cluster of pixels next to a digital Gucci store. Brilliant. Here's a $100 million Series A round. Companies with zero revenue were suddenly Metaverse ready. Nike started selling sneakers you couldn't wear. Snoop Dogg built a digital mansion. And someone paid $450,000 just to be his virtual neighbor. It was a digital land grab where the land didn't actually exist. If your slide deck didn't mention spatial computing or haptic feedback, you were basically a dinosaur. We'd reached peak absurdity, the ugly math. But then the headset went on, and reality, the actual reality, hit hard. Zuckerberg's $15 billion a year Horizon Worlds looked like a Nintendo Wii game from 2006. In the most famous screenshot of the decade, Zuck's avatar stood in front of a digital Eiffel Tower looking like a dead-eyed porcelain doll. The kicker? The avatars didn't even have legs. Mark, we've spent $30 billion. Why don't they have knees? Knees are hard, Dave. But look, you can have a virtual meeting while sitting on a floating island. I'd rather just use Zoom and keep my dignity. While the vibe was futuristic, the math was ugly. Meta's Reality Labs wasn't a business unit. It was a bonfire. They were losing $3 billion a quarter. Every time someone bought a Quest headset, Meta lost money. It was the OpenAI strategy before OpenAI. Lose money on every customer and hope the future pays the bill. But the bill was coming due. The collapse and the pivot 2022 arrived. Interest rates spiked. The cheap money spigot that fueled the party was slammed shut. Meta's stock price didn't just fall, it pulled a 10-meter dive into concrete, losing $700 billion in market cap in months. The Metaverse went from the future of humanity to that embarrassing thing we don't talk about at Thanksgiving. Then, the ultimate betrayal. November 2022. ChatGPT drops. Suddenly, the tech world had a new shiny toy. The Metaverse was old news. The next iPhone moment wasn't a headset. It was a chatbot. Did Zuckerberg apologize? Did he refund the investors who bought digital land for millions? Of course not. He did what every Silicon Valley giant does when the bubble pops. He changed the subject. Metaverse? No, I said AI. We are an AI-first company now. Look at these llama models. Forget the goggles. Look at the neural networks. The cynical conclusion. So, where are we now? Meta's stock is back at all-time highs. Not because the Metaverse succeeded, but because they fired 20,000 people and pivoted to the next hype cycle. The $50 billion is gone. The virtual land is worthless. The neighbors of Snoop Dogg are left standing in a silent, legless wasteland. The Metaverse didn't pop because it was a bad idea. It popped because the people inflating the bubble found a bigger one to blow. We're not at the end of the scam. We're just in the inhale before the next scream. The Metaverse is a ghost, but don't worry. The AI party is just getting started and the champagne is on you.